August 31st. Well, it's hard to believe it's already in August, guys. Getting close to the playoff time here in NASCAR. This is the news. Friday night news. The good and the bad. Here, August 31st. And I hate to do this when we'll get this bad out of the way because this is horrible. This has come out today, and I just want to say this is kind of sickening. So, for all you guys, a lot of you younger people probably don't remember this guy, but there used to be a guy that ran in the Craftsman Truck Series. His name was Rick Crawford. The law enforcement has arrested him. He has enticement of a minor. He has been busted. He has been arrested for a 12-year-old girl. Now, this is sad, sad, sad to see. I used to like Rick Crawford. I used to watch him race. He was a great truck series driver. Why he just went, why he does this, I'll never know. I mean, how can you even have a mind like this? He was convicted, and he obviously got in connection with somebody. Supposedly, this girl's father was looking to sell her for like a relationship, and for $75, guys. So this was a setup. The law enforcement arrested him, and they're expecting, he was convicted, so he's getting 10 years to life in prison. So the sad, but that is the bad news with Rick Crawford. So let's get that bad news out of the way. It's done and over with. I'd hate to be a big fan of him, though. That would really be horrible. But let's get to the good news. The good news is the Pick 5 contest. I will have the video out. I've already got my picks picked, and so that video will be coming out shortly. And but let's get a little bit of news now. For the Truex deal, I don't have a clue. There are just like 8 rumors going around. He's gonna be here, he's gonna be there, he's gonna be teaming up with somebody, blah blah blah. I mean, we just gotta wait and see what happens, guys. I think that a lot of these teams are waiting. I think they're all just sitting there saying, hey, let's just wait. Stuart Haas, Richard Childress, Joe Gibbs, I think they're all waiting to figure out who's going to take Martin until Martin says, I'm going with whoever. Now, the 78 team, now I can't confirm this, but on NASCAR Hub, I watched the video. Now, Andy Petrie's in the garage all the time. Andy Petrie, they asked him a question, will the 78 car be back next year? Man, what Andy Petrie said, with my sources, no. He said the 78 will not be back next year. So that's coming from a guy that's in the garage. He should know. And so I'm going to Andy Petrie to say 78 team will not be back next year. Now, will somebody buy the 78 team and renumber them or do whatever? That's a possibility. But Barney Visser Racing, Furtero Racing, from what I understand, will not be back. That's not confirmed yet, but coming from Andy Petrie, an actual guy in the garage, I will go with what he says rather than what some news station says or some fans or just people making up stuff. So that's one more with that. But with some more good news, NASCAR is in talks with the Nashville Fairgrounds. Now, Rusty said 2020 will be the big change in NASCAR. I think he may have nailed it on the head. Things are coming together, guys. Because Nashville Fairgrounds has been put in the talks to return to NASCAR in 2020. So let's hope and pray that this is true. And I mean, it is true in terms of them talking about it. So that is a true story. So let's hope it goes through. And some people has bought Rockingham Speedway. It has been purchased, guys. Is this a return to Rockingham for the future? It will work if they change the date of the race. Don't put it in February where it's kind of a little chilly and cold outside and stuff. Move that race up to around May or June. You're going to have a big crowd there. So some investors have bought Rockingham Speedway. and look forward to possibility of a 2020 return. Okay, what I call IRP, Old Indianapolis Raceway Park, is in talks of returning back to the host of trucks and Xfinities in 2020. So, we're seeing all these old tracks come up and come up, and this is what we need for NASCAR. And yeah, I'm actually excited. I mean, this is pumping me up here and all this news about these old tracks returning. Somebody please buy North Wilkesboro. The track surface, it's all laid out. Just repave it, redo the stands, redo everything around there, rebuild it. NASCAR needs it. It would be perfect for racing. And so I'm just praying somebody will do something with that. Because if we could get in 2020 or 21, like Rusty was saying, if we could get Nashville Fairgrounds back in there, and we could get Rockingham, we get IRP, I say Iowa. Iowa should be in the Cup Series schedule. It should be a weekend where they run Xfinity and Cups in the same weekend. And who knows where we'll hold down the road. They're looking to put short tracks back in there. I say do it. Do it. Because this mile-and-a-half speedway sucks. Tracks are killing NASCAR. And they got to get it out there. And the reason why I'm saying that, a lot of people may say, well, I love this track. I love Las Vegas Motor Speedway. It's killing NASCAR. Period. I know you may love Las Vegas Motor Speedway, but that is part of the problem we have here. So, tell me what you guys think down there in the comments below. Nashville Fairgrounds, is everybody excited about that possibility return? Or what about Rockingham? What about IRP? What about all these other tracks that's been took out? Are there any future in anything coming back? I think so. I think you're going to see a big change coming up. So, this is August 31st NASCAR news, the bad and the good. And obviously the bad was real bad tonight, but the good looks real good. So I'll have my race picks video up for the Darlington Bojangles Southern 500 coming up. So guys, get ready to put your picks in. I'll see you later.